Why don't some animals play cards in the wild? Because they're afraid of cheetahs. Welcome, lovers of laughter and furry friends alike. Today, we're diving into a hilarious tale that's sure to get your tail wagging. Once upon a time, in a suburb just like yours, lived a dog named Bark Twain and a cat named Meow Zedong. Bark Twain, a golden retriever, had a heart as golden as his fur. Meow Zedong, on the other hand, was a sassy Siamese who ruled the neighborhood with an iron paw. Bark Twain had a peculiar habit. Every morning, he would fetch the newspaper for his owner, but not before he read the sports section. Yes, you heard it right. Bark Twain was a sports enthusiast, especially a fan of dog racing. He fancied himself the next greyhound champion. Meanwhile, Meow Zedong, ever the opportunist, saw Bark Twain's newspaper obsession as a chance for some fun. One day, she replaced the sports section with the classified ads, specifically the page advertising dog-obedient schools. Bark Twain, oblivious to the switch, was flabbergasted. Do I need obedient school, he wondered? Am I not the good boy my human says I am? Confused and slightly offended, Bark Twain decided to prove his goodness. He would do the most obedient thing he could think of. He would fetch Meow Zedong's favorite toy mouse from the top shelf. Now remember, Bark Twain was a golden retriever, not a mountain goat. Climbing was not his forte. Meow Zedong watched as Bark Twain assembled a tower of random objects, a bucket, a skateboard, a garden gnome, and even a pink flamingo lawn ornament. It looked like a modern art sculpture. Bark Twain, in all his obedience, climbed the precariously stacked tower, wobbling and teetering all the way up. Finally, Bark Twain reached the top, triumphantly snagging the toy mouse. But then the inevitable happened. The tower collapsed, creating an explosion of random objects. Bark Twain came crashing down, toy mouse still in his mouth, landing on a conveniently placed pile of leaves. Seeing Bark Twain's predicament, Meow Zedong couldn't contain her laughter. She rolled around, her meows echoing through the neighborhood. Bark Twain, slightly dazed but unharmed, didn't seem to understand what was so funny. He looked at the toy mouse in his mouth, then at the laughing cat, and finally at the mess he had created. And then he started laughing too. And so, the neighborhood was filled with the sounds of a dog and a cat, laughing together at the absurdity of it all. In the end, Bark Twain didn't become a greyhound champion, nor did he enroll in obedience school. But he did learn one thing: not to take life or himself too seriously. And Meow Zedong, well, she learned that dogs make excellent entertainment, especially when newspapers are involved. And that, my friends, is the tale of Bark Twain and Meow Zedong. A story that goes to show, sometimes the funniest moments come from the most unlikely friendships. So next time your dog chases its tail or your cat knocks over a vase, remember, they might just be trying to make you laugh, or maybe just maybe they're plotting to take over the world. After all, who can really understand the mind of a pet? But that's a story for another day.